Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey where every step, every decision, and every moment defines who we are becoming. There are two kinds of people in this world. Those who find excuses for why they can't move forward, and those who, despite every obstacle, decide to rise and create progress. Excuses are comforting. They shield us from accountability, but they also rob us of growth. Progress is uncomfortable, it demands effort, persistence, and courage, but it is the only path that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary stories. Today, I want to remind you that losers make excuses, but winners make progress. Excuses build walls, progress builds bridges. Excuses are not harmless, they are the slow poison that eats away at our dreams. Every excuse we give ourselves is a brick added to the wall that stands between us and the life we desire. Over time, these walls grow so tall that they block the sunlight of opportunity and hope. People trapped behind them wonder why nothing changes, yet they keep adding more bricks without realizing they are building their own prison. A wall may feel like protection because it saves us from trying and failing, but in reality it saves us from nothing. It only traps us with regret. A wall does not keep pain away, it only locks us in with the pain of unrealized potential. Excuses may comfort us for a moment, but that comfort becomes chains that tighten with every missed chance. Winners refuse to build such walls. Instead, they look at the same struggles, the same failures, and the same hardships and use them as raw material to construct bridges. A rejection becomes a lesson, a failure becomes a teacher, and a delay becomes preparation. These bridges are not easy to build, but they give direction and movement. Unlike walls, they never confine, they connect. A bridge is not always steady. It shakes under doubt, it bends under fear, and it tests the strength of the one who crosses it. But progress is not about crossing perfectly. It is about daring to cross at all. Excuses tell us to stay where we are, but progress whispers that even a shaky step forward is better than standing still. The courage to walk across is what transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. The beauty of a bridge is that once you cross it, you realize another one can be built. Each bridge creates belief in your ability to move forward. With every crossing, fear weakens and courage grows. The walls that once felt impossible to climb lose their power, because you now know you can always build a way across. Winners do not stop after one bridge, they keep building until they reach horizons that once seemed unreachable. Walls separate people not only from opportunities but also from each other. Excuses isolate, but bridges connect. Bridges connect us to growth, to possibility, to people who inspire us, and to futures brighter than our fears. Progress is the bridge between who we are and who we can become. Every step on that bridge is a victory over excuses. Winners understand this timeless truth. Walls end journeys, bridges begin them. Walls keep you locked in yesterday, but bridges carry you into tomorrow. That is why winners never waste their strength stacking excuses into barriers. They pour their energy into building bridges of progress, knowing that bridges are the only path to growth, freedom, and fulfillment. Winners take responsibility. Excuses love the language of blame. They point fingers at people, at circumstances, at fate itself, saying, I am like this because of them. Blame feels easier because it removes weight from our shoulders. But in reality, every time we blame, we hand over control of our lives to something outside ourselves. We become passengers instead of drivers, and progress becomes impossible for passengers. Responsibility, however, is where progress begins. It is the moment you stop waiting for someone else to fix your life and decide to carry the pen that writes your own story. Winners know that taking responsibility doesn't mean everything is their fault, it means everything is their fight. Life may not be fair, but responsibility gives you the power to rise above unfairness. Those who choose excuses remain stuck because they think the power to change lies elsewhere. They say, I could have done better if only life gave me a chance. Winners say, I will do better with the chance I have right now. Responsibility does not wait for perfect conditions. It creates progress in the middle of imperfections. Taking responsibility is hard because it forces us to look inward. It demands honesty, courage, and humility. But it also opens the door to freedom. Because when you accept responsibility, you accept that you have the ability to shape tomorrow. Excuses keep you chained to yesterday, but responsibility sets you free to design the future. Winners understand that accountability is the seed of trust. Each time they take responsibility, they grow stronger in the eyes of others and in their own self-belief. Excuses weaken that trust. They make promises empty and dreams fragile. Responsibility, on the other hand, strengthens character and makes progress inevitable. Progress only belongs to those who are willing to say, "It's on me. It's on me to show up. It's on me to try again. It's on me to push harder when things fall apart." That mindset turns every situation, even unfair ones, into an opportunity to grow. Responsibility transforms pain into purpose and mistakes into wisdom. Winners never wait for the world to change in their favor. They take responsibility and change themselves in the face of the world. That is why they move forward while others remain stuck. Excuses keep people powerless, but responsibility makes people unstoppable. It is the decision to own your life that separates losers from winners and excuses from progress. Progress demands action, not perfection. Excuses often wear the mask of perfection. They whisper, "Wait until you're ready," or "Don't start until everything is lined up." But readiness never comes, and perfection is an illusion. Those who wait for perfect timing remain stuck in waiting forever. Excuses steal time by convincing us that the right moment is somewhere in the future. Winners know that the right moment is always now. They don't wait for all the lights to turn green before starting the journey. They move, even if conditions are unclear, because they know clarity comes with action, not with waiting. Their steps may not be perfect, but each step teaches them something new, something essential for the next step. Action is messy, and that's what makes excuses appealing. They allow us to stay clean and untouched by failure. But winners embrace the mess. They understand that mistakes are not signs of weakness, they are signs of progress. Every attempt adds to their experience, every stumble sharpens their skill, and every setback deepens their resilience. The truth is, progress has nothing to do with flawless execution. It has everything to do with persistence. Excuses freeze us in place, but action pushes us forward, even if progress is slow. Winners value the act of beginning over the illusion of being perfect. They choose movement over paralysis, courage over hesitation. Each time winners take action, they silence the voice of fear. They prove to themselves that progress is built step by step, not in giant leaps. Excuses may convince you that you need everything figured out before starting, but winners know you figure things out along the way. Growth doesn't happen before action, it happens because of action. The journey is never about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them. Those who chase perfection spend their lives preparing, but never producing. Those who chase progress understand that even imperfect effort is better than perfect inaction. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds progress. Winners never wait to be perfect because they know perfection never comes. They step forward, they try, they learn, and they evolve. Excuses may keep people in the same place, but action takes them further than they ever imagined. Progress is not the reward of perfection. It is the reward of courage to act. Winners turn obstacles into opportunities. Life places obstacles in everyone's path. No one is exempt from challenges, setbacks, and moments of struggle. The difference lies in how people interpret these moments. Losers look at obstacles and see evidence that they should stop. They say, "This is too hard," or "This must mean it's not for me," and they retreat into excuses. Winners see the same obstacles but respond differently. They look at difficulty and see a chance to stretch, to strengthen, to become something greater than before. Where others see walls, they see stepping stones. Obstacles do not end their journey, they shape it. Instead of asking, "Why me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Progress is often hidden inside problems. The hardest seasons of life carry the richest lessons. Excuses make you blind to those lessons, but winners uncover them and use them as fuel. Every difficulty becomes a resource. Every setback becomes a push, and every failure becomes a new direction. The truth is, obstacles are not punishments, they are teachers. Winners accept this reality with courage, knowing that each test carries within it the possibility of transformation. Challenges demand patience, resilience, and creativity, but they also unlock hidden strength that we never knew we carried. Losers stop when the road gets tough, but winners adapt. They find another way forward, even if it means carving a new path with their own hands. Obstacles may slow progress, but they never stop it for those who refuse excuses. Winners bend with the storm, but they never break. Every obstacle becomes a story of triumph when viewed through the eyes of progress. The harder the challenge, the greater the growth it produces. Winners know that comfort never changes a person, but obstacles always do. They embrace them, not as barriers, but as invitations to grow. That is why winners rise where others fall. They see opportunity where others see excuses. They understand that the obstacle was never placed to defeat them, but to prepare them. And because of that belief, they always move forward, turning even the heaviest struggles into bridges toward their dreams. Consistency creates progress. Excuses give relief in the moment, but progress requires endurance. Winners know that success does not come from one great effort, but from many small ones repeated daily. Consistency is the difference between wishing and winning, between starting and finishing. Excuses stop the rhythm, but consistency sustains it until results appear. Consistency is showing up when motivation disappears. It is doing the work even when no one is watching, even when applause is absent, even when progress feels invisible. Excuses sound tempting in those moments, but winners push through because they understand that progress is built in silence long before it is celebrated in public. Every small act of consistency compounds over time. Winners don't underestimate the power of one step, repeated every day. They know that seeds don't turn into trees overnight, but with daily watering, growth becomes inevitable. Excuses, however, kill seeds before they have a chance to grow, leaving lives barren of results. Consistency builds trust with yourself. Each day you keep your promise to continue, you prove to yourself that you can be relied upon. Excuses break that trust, they weaken confidence and feed self-doubt. Winners guard their consistency because they know it is the foundation of self-belief, and without self-belief, progress cannot exist. Progress is not about speed, but about persistence. Excuses may make you pause, but consistency makes you unstoppable. Winners accept that slow progress is still progress, and steady steps eventually lead to giant leaps. They trust the process, even when the process feels slow. Consistency is not glamorous. It often looks like repeating the same effort day after day, with little visible reward. But those invisible efforts eventually build visible results. Excuses make people quit too soon, but consistency ensures winners reap the rewards later. Winners keep going. They show up every day, they build momentum, and they never let excuses disrupt their rhythm. They know that greatness is not born in a moment, it is born in the discipline of consistency. And that discipline, over time, creates unstoppable progress. At the end of the day, when we reflect deeply, we realize that excuses may seem small, but they silently steal entire lifetimes. They keep people stuck in the same place year after year, convincing them that tomorrow is a better time to begin. But the truth is, tomorrow never comes for those who hide behind excuses. Progress, however, belongs to those who start where they are, with what they have, and keep moving forward despite fear, despite failure, and despite uncertainty. Winners are not people who had easier paths or fewer problems. They are people who chose bridges over walls, responsibility over blame, action over perfection, opportunity over obstacles, and consistency over laziness. Their lives prove that progress is not reserved for a few chosen ones. It is available to anyone willing to silence excuses and embrace effort. The choice is ours every day. To stay behind walls of excuses or to walk boldly on bridges of progress. And the one who chooses progress, no matter how small the step, is already a winner.